This just in, the Buss family is officially selling majority ownership in the Los Angeles Lakers. We're going to talk about it all and more right after this.
Welcome to the number one place for your daily basketball news and analysis, NBA Central.
What's going on, basketball fans? Welcome to another episode of NBA Central, your number one spot for everything basketball related. I'm the host, Ter Hayes, but more importantly, you guys can follow the channel at NBA Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's get into some monumental news that's going to shake the landscape of a major franchise in the NBA. The Buss family has owned the Los Angeles Lakers since 1979 when Dr. Jerry Buss purchased the team. He then, at $67.5 million transaction is what purchased the Lakers organization at that point in time. Well, now Jeanie Buss is leading the Los Angeles Lakers, now selling the majority stake to the Dodgers owner, Mark Walter. This is such a monumental shift in a major ownership group in the NBA. And it's really crazy when you think of it all that she's going to continue to serve on as a governor even after the sale. So the Buss family is still going to have some ownership in the team, but they will no longer be the majority owners in the franchise anymore. This is one of the most storied franchises in the game of basketball, are the Los Angeles Lakers. So everything they've done from Magic to Kobe and Shaq to now the time with LeBron being there, this is a major deal that they're selling it, especially to Mark Walter. He's part of the TWG Global holding company. And so that's going to be, keep that up. They already own the Dodgers, so it's not like they have any chance of doing anything else. But now Walter, when you look at it, he's going to be owning professional sports organizations in the Dodgers, the Sparks, and the Los Angeles Lakers. And that's really huge when it comes down to that as well. He also owns the Cadillac Formula One team, as well as the women's hockey team. This is a guy who's now coming in. He's going to come in with a lot of power as far as LA sports and what that means for it. The fact that they've been owned by the Buss family since 1979 is huge. Now, a lot of details on the deal have not been released as of yet. Those are probably going to be coming in the following hours, but this is a major, major move. And now it may bring a whole shift to how the Lakers operate. But Jeanie Buss is staying on as the governor of the Los Angeles Lakers, so she's still going to have a lot of power in that organization. But this is still a huge sell now as far as looking at what's next for this Lakers organization. This is unprecedented for the majority of the time that most of us, for my entire life, for example, they've been owned by the Buss family. So this is quite a big shift here in what this could mean for this franchise going forward into the future. He has been a minority stakeholder in the Lakers, has Walter since 2021. And so, it's not like it's a complete new thing for him. So he has already kind of been in the organization as a minority owner. Now those roles are kind of changing. You're now going to get the Buss family no longer being the majority owners, but Jeanie Buss still going to be the governor of that team. And this is already while the Lakers are in a major shift, right? You have kind of the end of LeBron's time there coming sooner rather than later. We'll see if a new deal is enacted there. You got Luka Doncic, who was just traded there. He's going to be re-up for a contract here within the next year or so as well. And this is a team that's already looking to shift as far as the makeup of their roster while they're trying now to build around Luka and hope that they have kind of a new life under that where they can build something that is going to be there organically over time for a while there too. But yeah, this is crazy when it comes down to it. This is major, right? When you look at the Los Angeles Lakers, 17-time champions that they've been there as well, and now that they're entering an agreement to sell the team, it's going to be crazy to see what that ends up being like. Again, once those numbers are released, the Lakers are a franchise that have been valuated at a huge amount, and so this is not going to come with any type of cheap move at all. When you look at it, the last time the Lakers were valued, they were valued at $7.1 billion. Keep in mind, this was a team that was bought for a little over $60 million in 1979. So now to raise up to $7.1 billion is crazy when it comes down to it, man. They're right up there with the Golden State Warriors at $9.14 billion, the New York Knicks at $8.3 billion. So the valuation of the Los Angeles Lakers is major. This is going to take some major money to get this done. And the Lakers, who are number 3 in overall evaluation in the league, this is going to come with a lot of money, a shift. And we'll see what that brings. Like with new owners, also sometimes brings in new ways of doing things over time. I don't think you're going to see anything shift immediately with the way the Los Angeles Lakers do business, especially with Jeanie Buss still staying on as the governor of this team. But at a place where they're already kind of changing, right? Well, they've already made some pretty big changes to the franchise itself as far as on the court. Now, when you look at a new ownership, what are they going to want to change around that, right? The structure around that. He's going to want to bring in his own people. Those are kind of questions that are going to be, questions in the back of people's minds over the next few years. Again, not anything that they necessarily need to try to figure out and answer right now, but it is something that's going to that people are going to look at. And what does this mean for anything else with any other teams around, right? Like what does that mean there? So we'll see what it brings out. But Lakers fans, I'd love to hear from you on this one. Because much like me, most Lakers fans, they've known the Buss family to own the Lakers for the majority of them. I mean, I say most, but a lot of Lakers fans, probably like me, they haven't lived in a time where the Buss family did not own the Los Angeles Lakers. All the stories of those franchises, everything really comes down to that time being under Dr. Jerry Buss. Now it's a shift here, and we're going to see what that shift means. But this just goes to show, right, is that with the way that NBA teams are making money, you just never know. I'm a Chicago Bulls fan, for example. And, while, we think that the Reinsdorfs are always going to own the Bulls, you just never know. It sometimes when the situation's perfect, you just never know. This was not something that was expected. Many people outside have not been talking about the chance that the Lakers are going to be sold anytime soon or anything like that. But now that this has happened, this is major. And this is something now that you're going to have to look at and wonder, are any other franchises at a time where the NBA is moving? Of course, they've been a global thing now, but a lot of teams are making more money than ever. And some people are going to want to get their money, cash out where they can, and maybe go and relax and enjoy the rest of their lives. So we'll see what happens here. You got new franchises. The NBA owners are supposed to meet soon to vote on expansion for the NBA as well. So you're going to have, of course, some new owners trying to come in and buy in with teams and franchises there. But this is a fun time to be an NBA fan. There's so much things going on right now. I know we're in the midst of the finals. Got Game 6 coming up tomorrow, which is going to be fun to cover and talk about. But, the business of basketball is also a fun thing to talk about when you really enjoy the game at that level and you think about how it kind of reverberates through the rest of the league when you get new owners in. It is something that is a major shift because then that owner has to build a relationship with the other owners around the NBA. And it really is, I think people forget, like, while the NBA is this huge billion-dollar overall corporation, each team has its own ownership group. And so there's a lot of in conversations and things that happens with owners there. No, I'm not talking about Illuminati, maybe a little bit of Illuminati. But with that said, now we get to see what goes forward and how this shapes out and changes one of the most storied franchises in the NBA. But let me know how you guys think and how you feel about this all down below. Do you think that Walter's going to come in and make some wholesale changes over the next 4 or 5 years? Because I think that's how long it's probably going to take before you're trying to see those immediate, those changes is not going to be really immediate. But let me know what you guys think on that down below. Make sure you guys are following us. By the way, Magic Johnson is part of the Dodgers ownership group. Does that mean that he's now coming back in as part of the ownership group that's going to own the Los Angeles Lakers? Something to think on there. But make sure you guys are following us at NBA Central. You can send us any feedback, questions, comments, concerns, NBACentralPod@gmail.com. And then lastly, if you want to leave a text message and our voicemail for the mailbag, the number to do so, 773-270-2799. We're the number one spot for everything basketball related. And we'll see you guys on the next one. Peace, y'all.
This has been a presentation of the Breaks Media.